great to meet you. I'm looking forward to getting into the music. So, again, thank you for taking a minute out today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure,
Yeah,
big pleasure.
absolutely. Let's begin our journey with this. 6 years ago, this pandemic was changing so much for all of us, especially musicians. How did you get through that era, and how has it changed the way that you do things and create today?
Yes, Joe, it was a very challenging time, We, for everyone, I think, but we are the first to stop our uh, job, our activities, and the last to return. So it's funny, tragic, but funny. We have in Brazil three situations. The first situation, a lot of musicians have created a online course, teach online, and doing a live streams with where when you anyone. So, but the second situation, a lot of people have got divorced or got a baby. The three
Yeah.
situations happened a lot here. So I do the first two. I got a divorce, and I try survivor at that time. Very difficult. You need to uh, at the time you haven't many options to live. You know, so it's a challenge you to handle with the stress. So I learned with the time to use the technology, edit videos. So it was very important to me now, play well. It's today it's the minimum. You need to work. You need must use the technology, the computer, good videos, good whatever you need to use it. And so I think the pandemic taught us it's very essential. Now it's the AI. You need to be online and know about everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you about your new album, Solo Piano, Waning Moon. Talk to me a little bit about the decision to make this album.
nice. Winnie Moon, it's quick, it's happening quickly. To me, last year I was touring in China with my collective group, High Trio. So I got inspiration when I went to China. So uh, and then my fourth album, piano solo, but in this album I want to explore a different way. You know, an album more introspective, more minimal and dark tones. I have got inspiration by Keith Jarrett, little at the melody at night with you. So the Keith Jarrett to me is a big influence. I think uh, it's an album, alchemy album too. I my wife is an alchemist, so living with her give me the inspiration to create an album. Alchemy is, the moon, waning moon is a phase of moon. So uh, to me, it's very special because the life is connected with the spiritual, the universal. Alchemy is everything, you know. So how, as I told you, it's happening fast because I created the song Waning Moon in almost July last year, 2025. The song Waning Moon. But after touring China, I have got inspiration. I was touring with the trio, so I I returned to Brazil, and I thought, I want to do a new album, piano solo. So in December, I recorded the album, and they released it in February uh, this year, 2026. So I recorded four own songs, compositions mine, and two reinterpretations by Chico Buarque de Holanda, O Que Será, and O Mundo é um Moinho by Cartola. So Waning Moon, to me, as I told you, is very special. It's connecting the alchemy, spiritualism, and my moment. Yes, a moment of my life, introspection. I was living almost 1 month in China, October last year. So I meeting new culture is totally different from Brazil,
Yeah.
but it's very special. I'm very grateful with the result.
So, what are you hoping the listener gets from this album?
Yes, it's a good question. I hope they enjoy the album, of course. Uh, I hope the the listeners can feel the peace I tried putting this album. Uh, it's a piano ballad album, maybe I think, because I focus on more, as I told you, more minimal, and not just about technique and velocity. And so yes, when in this album there are improvisations, and sometimes I didn't know where I will go. I would go, but I think the people can listen the album for relaxing, for feel peace. So sometimes I put my daughter. I have a daughter, 8 years old, and I put, Daddy, put your album for me sleep. And okay, so. Uh, to me, I hope the listeners can be able to feel the emotional, as I told you, uh, the moon, Waning Moon, the philosophical. Yes, I think it's a philosophical album too. So I hope the listeners can able to listen and see that the same form that I told you.
So, how did this journey into music and jazz, how did it begin and become your career?
Yes, it's a funny history because my father is my influence. My father is guitarist, So since I remember myself, I grew up listening mainly guitarists, a lot guitarists. So and my father, it's fun because it's not just jazz. He uh, heard uh, sometimes G3, rock, fusion, Mike Stern, and another time he listening uh, classical guitar. So there was a parody, and I was very influenced by my father. So, but the I remember because he always listening Pat Metheny. Is I think Pat Metheny and George Benson. I grew up listening much more guitarists play than pianists. So, but it's fun because my degree in university was classical piano. I feel I felt that wish. So I started with classical piano, and at the same time, I was playing at the church, with my father, another musician. So I think the church is a good way to into a jazz, you know, so you can apply your studies and between uh, beyond love God, you know. But I think that it invite me to living at the universe. But I remember too. Then my father he listened a lot to Michel Camilo and of course Pat Metheny, Lyle Mays. And one day I was in the university in classical piano, but playing popular jazz, working with events, venues. So and my teacher, a harmony teacher, university put Michel Petrucciani with Gnocchi, you know, the duo. Wow, when I listened at that, I was wondering, amazed, you know. Wow. And after that, I downloaded every about the Michel Petrucciani. And yes, Michel Petrucciani, Michel Camilo, Lyra Mays, and after I César Camargo Mariano too with the Romero Lubambo, Brazilian musicians. So I think that it's uh, incentivizing me, you know.
So, do you remember the first live show that you saw that blew you away, that made you think, I want to do that? I want to be up there one day?
Or the first, the first, I don't remember, but I remember it's very clear to me. My father always put the VAS, and yeah, in that time it was very difficult to watch a show like today. You have everything to. I want to watch badminton or whatever YouTube, and you can find. But to me, twice, Pat Metheny group. I know. I think first circle. Uh, it's a show performance. It's not live performance, but to me, it's my possibility. You know, in Brazil, it it sometimes is difficult to make some things, you know. But uh, other concert impressed me was the I think Hamburg, a show Pat Metheny. He was very young. Lionel Macy uh, play a lot. I think Keith Jarrett's song "The Wind Up." Wow, I don't know if you already watched the show. Hamburg, I think in 1979 or 80, I don't know. But wow, my Pat Metheny was very young, you know, and I watched the Lion Maze playing the solo and then at the wind up, you know. Wow, I'm really impressed with that. And yes, these two shows impressed me.
I actually live in the hometown of Pat Metheny. I'm in Lee Summit, Missouri, here in Kansas
Mm.
City. Yeah.
Ah,
So that's
very
wild.
cool.
Just, yeah, it's amazing. Everybody talks about Charlie Parker all the time, but we're getting to a point now where it's the home of Pat Metheny, you know, for
No,
sure.
wow,
So,
very cool.
so what do you like the best about being a professional musician? What gets you up every day? What do you look forward to?
Oh, it's a good question because depends of the day. I think be a musician, it's a challenge, you know. When you are in the top, wow, and traveling, touring, and you, I am talking about musician, but not specifically jazz. Uh, until even though I worked with another styles. But what I like more in music is play jazz, is play bossa nova, Brazilian music. It's a power of creation. So to me, be a musician. I already received the invitations for another styles, pop stars, and I already played with them. But uh, being a musician, doing what do you like, and you able to create, you able to meeting new people around the world, like me, in last year, meeting making new friends, musicians, share the cultures. uh, that possibility to me is very special, you know and and connections. uh, in, as I told you, in classical, you must read the sheet. You need follow a pattern. So in jazz, you can create it. You can explore more. For to me, it's very very important, and mu- to be be a musician, and play jazz is the same way, you know. Yes, it's uh thought my thought.
So, what's the scene like in Brazil? What's the scene like where you're at, the jazz scene?
The jazz, sorry.
What's the jazz scene like? What are clubs
Mm.
and activity? What's going on?
Yes. Here we have a lot influence, include our music, Brazilian music, bossa nova. And here in São Paulo there are a lot of places, venues, uh, to play. And I think in Brazil, because we are a country, a mission. I don't know if I find the word, but a lot of communities living here, be Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, of course, because we speak Portuguese. So our music, our lives in Brazil is very mixed, So the jazz, here you can find all the styles, the venues, as I told you, is very rich at that point. So uh, uh, we can or be to other genres influenced by jazz. So we have a good market, business here to jazz.
So, if anybody wants to pick up a copy of Waning Moon, I know it's streaming everywhere, but if anybody wants to download or get a physical copy or any of your other albums, where's the best place to go?
Yes, the bench camp is the best place because they supported the self-produced, So bench camp is the best place, of course.
Okay. I will put all these links in the show notes. Hey, thank you for reaching out to Neon Jazz. Thank you for taking a minute out today. Best of luck with the album and everything else. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Neon Jazz.